is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're going to be talking about shipping information. So for our customers who place orders and place orders this week, we are shipping out on Saturday. That's when the driver will be down. We got some of our orders out through the week, which is Monday through Tuesday. But once we hit that other mark, we start stocking up to get orders ready for Saturday. All right, Friday being our last ship out date. I got a customer's information up here I got to remove real quick. All right, so a few things I want to talk to you about real quick. Now, keep in mind, we have an individual, like I said before, I don't know, issues, problems, I don't know what's wrong. And I don't want to start my day with this nonsense, but usually sometimes I had to. Now, this individual tried to start some dumb nonsense where he was trying to show customers how to override our policy and go in and get their money back. Now, first things first, let me explain something to you. This is the same individual who has a policy on his website that doesn't have Exchange. Now, we have Exchange on our site because, say if it's mixed wrong, which we never have that problem. The machine thoroughly mixes everything. That's why I got a machine to do it, the job. Instead of doing it by hand, I got a machine that does the job because the machine mixes everything thoroughly. So, when we make our products, like I said, I got a big boy machine downstairs. I'm about to purchase another one to mix the products, so we don't have to make sure we don't have any clumps or lumps or anything that might have not been mixed properly in the product. And the products are tested because they're throughout my entire house. I got just about every screen paint we developed throughout my entire house, tested on different forms of projectors, and our tests alone back up our product's performance. So I'm going to show you here in my marketplace, right here. We're in my marketplace. You'll see that under any item we have here on display, that under our marketplace we have a ton of information on the product, which you should have, number one. And then number two, you need to have a policy. So your policy is right here, buyer's remorse, early cancellation, act of God, shipping policy, and then we have knockoff projector policy, which is there basically, for people who buy knockoff projectors, something we don't support. Now, the reason why this guy got hit so hard we came at him because due to the fact that we had a policy on our website which we do not support knockoff projectors. Our product does not work underneath of them. And a customer went in and purchased these products and not reading through the policy that we have on the website, clearly, crystal clear for you to read right here. For our customers, we have it right here, nothing's hidden. Went in and bought the product anyway, and it failed on his product. Failed on his projector, which when I asked him, I said in the video, I said two things it could be. Either black paint or it's a fake projector. It was a fake projector that popped up. So we did a whole segment on the fake projectors, why we don't use them, videos on our particular product, why we don't use those particular projectors, because those projectors, any fake projectors that's not under the list that we recommend will not work on the product. And that's our policy. That protects us, also protects other customers. If they have that, they don't have to waste their money by buying the product, and they can look down and see clearly right there where we don't support it. Now, that particular individual felt the need to try to exploit this by trying to show people how to get their money back from PayPal. Let me explain something to you. I've been with PayPal for over 12 years. I have business part and personal part of PayPal. We had a fellow, we're not going to mention the name, was a customer of ours. We do have your information, keep in mind, and we're thinking about basically fraud charges, but that's later on in time. Anyway, the customer tried to file multiple PayPal complaints against our account. He filed two of them. Now, keep in mind, he filed one that said he never made the transaction, but we have emails from the individual back and forth. I don't know how people forget this stuff, back and forth from having conversations, asking us what rollers to use, what kind of sprayers to use, stuff like that, which clearly he lost the claim automatically from the door because of that. Number two, he came and filed a second complaint, and you can't do this, a second complaint, and I would advise you to do this. The second complaint was he put in a not as described. So you put in a complaint that you never received it, but then you put another complaint saying it's not as described. Now, we clearly pointed it out to PayPal, in the legal department, exactly twice where he made the payments. And now your account went under investigation, which means we filed a fraud claim against your account, which means that when you do that and you listen to people that are constantly cutting corners, constantly committing fraud, and they give you advice on committing fraud, your account will go under investigation, which means your account could go into a permanent suspension, or you could basically have your account completely terminated, which we can either request that your account is a problem to our account and we need to have it removed, and PayPal will remove or suspend your account, which means it'll be virtually impossible for you to actually obtain another PayPal account due to the fact that you have these particular marks over top of your head. So I'd advise you not listening to this individual altogether who does not know what he's talking about. Now, under his policy, he has, under returns, he has no returns at all. There's nothing there at all, unless he went in and changed it, but we have it already on recording that that's what he has on his account already, that you cannot receive anything back. Even if the product comes to you defective, like say if it has some lumps in it, or there's something in it that doesn't look right, it's a different color, or whatever it may be, he can sit there and say, well, there's no returns on it at all, period. You don't even get an equal exchange at all. So I'll show you right there. We'll go into my search real quick. Oh, he's right here. I bring him up on my search. Right on my search right there. And in my search under the multiple cancel items, like I said, he doesn't understand. He says things he doesn't really understand. He really doesn't. But I'm going to show you right here. In the cancel orders, let me see, we have to find the one. Here we go. This is the one where we want the link of his webpage right here, where he gave us permission to buy, by the way. We had 10 cancel orders. I had a customer I was talking to yesterday. He was like, that is unbelievable. You actually have 10 cancel orders on this individual. It shows clearly he does not want his product down there. It shows the sign of you're afraid to have your product down here because there's something wrong with it. It doesn't probably, I think the reason why is want it down there because it's not going to be to produce what it's supposed to do. It's not going to be to pull that image. So let me show you his policy right here. When you have 10 cancellations, that looks bad. I've had customers today and yesterday contact me about that, and they're saying that they wouldn't trust this product. Who cancels their orders? So it's not good. It's not a good sign. You should have, especially after we have received an email from you like we have right here of you telling us that we could purchase the item from you as much as you want. And then we have massive cancellations. We have multiple excuses attached to these cancellations, and that does not look good. So I'm going to show you. As he's saying that you could ban somebody from the site. No, he can't ban anybody from the site. That's a lie. I've been with Wix longer than he has. He just set up his site. I've been with Wix for over 8 years, and no, you cannot ban me from your site. Look at this. You can see how his site is displayed, and you can see how our site is displayed. You can clearly see that he does not know how to utilize the tools that come with the Wix software. He doesn't know how to use his template right. There are dividers, all kinds of stuff he could add into his site to make it look professional. And he does not know how to use them because he doesn't know anything about the site. So for him to make an accusation like so is basically completely false. So we'll go in here and we'll show under his page, right here, make sure we got the right page. So I'm gonna pull something up that's not right here. That's why I turned my camera, because I got information on my accounts that I don't want popping up. All right, that's my thank you when we placed the order before it got canceled. And him ranting about something, he's ranting about something about his product being the best. You can't say your product is the best if you haven't tested your product against the best. We are the best right now. We have beat just about every screen we could possibly think of, and still hunting for more screens, where you on the other hand you haven't even finished or even begin to test some of the screens we've tested against. But let me show you right there. You can't say your product is the best if you're canceling orders. See right here, and his messages, I'm the best, and it hurts you. I don't know how that would hurt us if you cancel your orders. How would you know you're the best if you won't do side by sides, real side by sides against our products? And this was yesterday at 12:36, where we ordered his product, and right after that, he canceled the order. So you can't call yourself the best if you're canceling orders. Can't do that. That's like me telling people I'm the fastest runner in the world, and yet any race that they give me, say, okay, you're the fastest runner in the world, why don't you enter this race? And I'm like, no, I don't need to enter a race. I'm never going to enter a race, but yet I brag to be the fastest. You can't do that. You have to be able to back it up. You have to have facts. You can't call yourself the best if you don't have facts. So let's go in, look down at the bottom at his personal mix right here. If I go into his shopping cart, what he has here under his shopping cart, under his policy, this is his policy now. In his policy, there's no returns in his policy. This is his rules he goes by. No returns or refunds. It doesn't say exchange. So say if he mixes this stuff wrong, say there's a clump of whatever at the bottom of this stuff. You get it home, you go to put on your screen, and there's clumps all over your screen. And you go back and say, hey, look, this is what I'm getting off your product right here, so and so and so. Now, mind you, I've been in this business for over 12 years. I've seen just about everything under the sun when it comes to complaints. You can possibly name it. I got a lot of experience. A lot of experience, which means if somebody shows me something, I can tell whether or not you did it yourself or we did it. We can tell. So that's a bad idea. Another bad idea, as I explained before, if you go back and rewind, I've been with PayPal for over 12 years. I know everything about their policies because I've been through the legal department and so forth and everything about that. If someone basically files a fraud charge against us, we take it two different ways. We can go through PayPal and have your account terminated, which means it can't. This is what's going to happen to a fellow right now. A fellow came in and put in two complaints back to back on their account, and PayPal recognized that we won the complaint against them. He turned around and did two of them back to back against our account, and now his account is under investigation for fraud, which means his account possibly is going to be terminated altogether. Now, once we get on the other end of it, since I won't be doing the selling anymore, and another company will be taking over that. They will be handling that. They will be handling things differently, which means you file a fraud charge against them, there's a good chance you might end up in court. So like I said, either way, how things are going to be handled in different ways. I don't know how they're going to handle it, but chances are you're going to be dealing with somebody else completely different. But let's get back to this right here. So as in his policy, he has under returns and refunds, there are none. There is not even exchange. So say you buy the product, it comes up lumpy, or it's the wrong color, or as in happened to us, we ordered a product from him and he sent us a completely different product that had nothing to do with the product we just ordered. At the end of the day, I'm a customer. So if I go in and say, hey, look, I want the Cinemax, and he sends us something else because he doesn't want the Cinemax down here, it's not your choice to decide what we want. What we want down here is what we order, is what we should get. And because you falsified it, and I have a video of you falsifying, sending us the wrong thing, we sent us a UB mix. We asked for the Metallica Mix 2.0, and you sent us a UB mix instead. Now, right there, that is considered to be an item that we can have returned. It's not open, it's still sealed, it's the wrong color, we can send it back to you. But you can't do that because under his policy, he has a return, no return and refund policy, which says there are no returns or refunds. Please make sure you ask questions before any purchases are done. Thank you. Now, mind you, like I said, we purchased what we wanted. He gave us something else completely different. So he's saying that you can't get your money back. Or we can basically just go to PayPal and just file a complaint and get our money back. That's how we can do it. And show that the container is sealed. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as that container is sealed, we're good. All right. As for shipping, we do free shipping anyway, but to each his own. Some people have to charge a $70 surcharge. That's what they have to do. We don't charge anything at all, period, because I figure if my customers are paying for my items, we shouldn't be charging that. But the fact that he's coming in and he's charging, well, that's his business right there. That's not my business. The fact right here that he's saying there's no returns, your policy right here needs to be changed. But like I said, if something comes in defective or something goes wrong or whatever, you need to have an equal exchange there, just in case if your product is not mixed properly, properly, and something happens, you need to have an equal exchange in your policy. You just have a strict no return policy. Means once you open that container, it is yours, and you should have an equal exchange on there in case something does happen. So say if one of the machines is mixing it and doesn't properly hit the bottom of the vat and doesn't mix it correctly, and it comes up one color one at the bottom end and another color at the top, and they go to pour that into a container, and you get it and it's like, what the freak, and your screen comes up weird looking, then there has to be an equal exchange in there. Now, we can't give your money back, but we can give you an equal exchange for the product that you have. And keep in mind, like I said, over 12 years of experience, you're talking to somebody who's an expert in this field. I can tell. I've seen about everything you could possibly think of under the sun. I will know, trust me, 100%. If I basically analyzing your videos and pictures, which we will be requesting from you, we're going to answer quite a lot from you. And we find out that if we are at fault, no problem. We'll ship you down a container to fix your screen, not a problem at all. I had an incident where something did go wrong. And like I said, it's very rare because I check everything. You see me in demonstrations, but not demonstrations, but ship out demonstrations. I'll actually go through boxes twice. And in one instance, you'll see me cut a box open and go, nope, don't belong in there. I'm very thorough about how I do my business. So, but every so once in a while, if a machine makes an error, we can go and just ship out another one. That's all. It's no biggie. All right, so that's what we have on our policy on our site right over here. I'll go over here real quick to our site right here and show you. And this is what you should be getting. This is what you should be reading. This is your dime at the end of the day, people. You have to understand, it's your money, not mine. And this is what you should be seeing when you hit a website. This is the information that should be popping up. And right here, when you see in our return policy right here, it says right there, eligible for equal exchange if proven to be wrong color or size. And then because we were not responsible for act of God, which means that storm that came through that pretty much flooded everything, because some orders came up late. It's an act of God, which means we have no control of that situation, which she does not have there on his website at all, period. Anyway, now as for banning someone, no. You can't ban somebody from Wix. You can't do it. I'm sorry. That is a complete lie. You can't ban someone. When he sent us a message about telling us that he could ban us, you can't ban someone from Wix. I've had Wix, like I said, for over 12 years. I used to be with Vistaprint before I transferred over to Wix. I like Vistaprint a lot, but Wix gave me more ability to be able to alter and change my website and gave me more tools, and they were a little bit more affordable. So I bought my page, I went through Wix, and I paid for my account through them because I transferred everything, domain name, everything over to them, due to the fact that they just gave me more stuff to work with. The marketplace. Now, this is what I mean by he doesn't know how to use this page, and I'll show you why. You can basically put in permissions. You can. I have on my page a marketplace for our contract distributors. You have to have a password to get access to that page. And that's a separate page, a marketplace that you can't find. It's actually hidden on the website. Only people who have contracts under us know exactly where it's at. And you have to have a password. Now, how you design a password protection on the account, and I wouldn't advise you doing this because what happens is it alienates anybody else that's trying to make a purchase. If somebody comes in and trying to make a purchase of your site, they can't get access to the site unless they have a password. They can't sign and they can't access to it. They would have to contact that individual to get that information in order to get access to the site. And most people don't want to be bothered with that. They'd rather just move on to someplace else. That's what they'd rather do. So you will lose half of your customers from that. In your marketplace, how it's done, like I said, people know how to utilize their marketplace. You go here and you see those three dots right there. You click on that, on the three dots. Let me show you we can get that to operate again on my three dots. Go to marketplace. There's an option that comes up. That is manage pages, manage your pages. If we go to home page, go to home page. I don't know if they removed it or not, but there's an option there. And then that option basically gives you the ability to go in and change your settings on your page. The only thing I don't like about Wix, from time to time, they will go in and it will change your interface, which actually this and this used to be over here and that's over there now. But there's an option in there. I'm trying to make sure I got the right page when we're doing this. I haven't been in here in a while. I have to go in here and update my page because I really have not been here. I mean, my stuff gets updated frequently, but they got some new stuff in here now that I have not got a chance to play around with at all, period. Yeah, they changed it. There's supposed to be an icon right here to allow you to be able to go in and change that. Let me see, apps. So they put it over in here. We have add-ons, we got pages. These are the pages right here. Yeah, okay, there you go. I'm about to say, come on, yeah, they change it from time to time. It's supposed to be right there. They used to have it right there next to the next to each page you would pull up. There is a little, like there would be 3 dots, you hit that and it would bring you to this option page. They changed it, they put it over there now. All right, so in your pages, these are your pages right here. This is like a little fast tutorial when I put that in more for trying to teach individuals how to use their pages when they don't know how to use them at all, period. I know because I know everything there is about Wix. I know everything there is about Wix. I mean, I've been with them for like over 8 years, so I know everything about it. So there's right here, this is the page option right here. Now, mind you, if you do this, this will basically block everybody. And you would have to give these individuals passwords to get access to this page. Like I said, we only do this for contract distributors only because they're the only ones that's supposed to have that password. And it's probably about 10 of them or 30 of them that are going to have that whatchamacallit. You also put within their contract, if somebody does try to enter the page, and we'll know if someone tries to enter the page with that password, that means their contract is automatically terminated for basically giving out that password. So there's no strict rules behind that, but that's the only way we can do it. So we go to main page and we go to our marketplace buy here now. There's an option that'll pop up right here. In this option, you will get another option page that will pop up. And in this option page, this is where you can go in and you can basically enhance your page or add things to your page. You can add a search engine optimizer, basic, which pretty much gives you the ability to be able to be seen on YouTube, not YouTube, but Google a lot better by basically submitting your domain name. That way you can submit your domain name to other search engines. So that way, if anyone's using any other search engines like Google or Firefox or Chrome or someplace else, Explorer, you have to know how to go into their domain, to their server account and basically submit your domain name, so that way your domain name will pop up every single time. There is a share social, which means you can share that with social media sites. That's Facebook, Twitter, blah, 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 blah. You can rename the site if you want to. You can duplicate, make a copy of it. You can set a home page, which I've never done that. And then you have settings over top, which you want to click in settings. And settings, another option will pop up. And these options, you can also put in advanced settings. There's a whole lot of stuff. Like I said, he doesn't know how to use his page right. So you go into another set of settings in the marketplace, and at the top you have here layout, which means you can control the layout of your marketplace on how you want to design. You have page info. You have advanced version of search engine optimizer, which you need to have in there because there's a little bar that pops up, green bar. And what you have to do is you have to put in your metal tags in there. The more tags you put in, it comes closer to describing what your page is, the shorter the bar goes. That's the higher the bar goes, up to 100%. So 100% means your page has a really high chance of being found if somebody types in one of those tags. It'll bring you up on Google or Firefox. Now, as for submitting your domain name to different sites, that you would have to do yourself. You have to go to certain sites, basically apply for an application, get into those sites, and basically be able to submit your domain name. I've done this multiple times. It's very easy to do, and this is something you should be doing right from the door because it allows people to find you even faster. You want to get traffic. Search engine optimizer basically is controlling traffic flow to your place. Now, you can change your layout, or you can go to something called permissions. There's permissions right here, where basically you can make your page privatized, which means no one can get access to your page unless you basically make it a members only. You can make it password holders or everyone. Now, if you make it members only, the problem you're going to have right there, like I said, this is a marketplace. You imagine having a place like Walmart, trying to go shop at Walmart, and someone stops you at the door and goes, oh no, you can't get in here unless you have a membership. That's what you want to do to your page. Instead of having people that can walk in the store at any given time and buy from you, what you're going to do, what's going to happen is people are going to come to the door and they're going to like, nope, out of 10 of y'all, which has been 10 potential customers, one of y'all have a password. Come on, you can come in. That's what you do. You don't want to do that. We only do that with people we do with, like I said, wholesale, because their prices on wholesale are going to be completely different than where they're going to be in the marketplace. And the only way you can get access to that wholesale, you're going to have a password or members only to get into it. Now, like I said, within our contracts, to keep individuals from giving out the password, we can tell on our end if someone had access to that site that did not have a contract under us. We could tell. And if we find out that password was given by you or whatever, then your contract is terminated on the spot. And then you're hit with a $50,000 fine. We don't play around in our contracts. We will find the living daylights out of you for doing dumb stuff. But like I said, don't do dumb stuff. You don't get fined, you don't get banned. So no, you can't ban someone. When he sent me the email saying he could ban you, he can't ban you. He doesn't understand. Like I sat there and said, if you look at his website, he doesn't even understand how his website even works. He doesn't know how to function, use any of the tools or anything at all. I can tell because when you first get a Wix account, the first thing that pops up, we call that the dummy page. That's the first page that pops up, the template that you get. That's the one that they give you. You pick out which one you want, what category you want in the music, you want in the art, or whatever it might be, or whatever you're selling. And then you go in and you change it to what you want. It gives you the ability to change wherever you want. His page is still in the same basic form of what they give you. That little message they give you at the top, they give that to everybody. Everybody gets that message at the top. You have to go in and you have to change all that yourself. But as for banning someone, you can't ban someone from the site. I could place 4 or 5 orders today and he still can't ban me. You can't do that. You have to have one of these two in order to block someone from coming to a site. And if you do this, you actually potentially hurt yourself unless it's a page set up for wholesalers or whatever you got set up in there for only select buyers. That's the only way. Like if I put a page in there for a customized screen that only a certain select elite people can have their hands on, I can put one of those in a special marketplace in there. He doesn't know anything about that. So no, the accusations that he's making is completely false. And as I said before, being with PayPal, I know quite a bit. You ever read through PayPal's legal policies? I know their policies. I've read through it. I've had lawyers read the policies. I know their policies. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there, man. It's a lot of interesting stuff. This individual knows nothing about PayPal at all, period. If, like I said before, the fellow who made the mistake by listening to Crow and hitting our account twice with 2 multiple complaints, his account now is under investigation. Because now his account is coming up as fraud. We can actually go in and say, hey, look, this account hit us twice. We need an investigation on the account for fraud. Once that is initiated, that means you can no longer use your account because your account is now suspended because it's under investigation. And if PayPal decides to suspend or terminate your account, it will be terminated, which means no more PayPal at all. That's the consequences you get to listening to someone who knows very little about how PayPal works and will give you false information that will eventually end up getting your account banned. That's what will happen. And we can request it on our end. Because if it shows that we have the individual who tried to do this through Crow, his account is under investigation now. We're not going to give out the information because it's his personal information between him, PayPal, and us. But he came and he hit the first time he hit the account, he filed for he has not received the item. Keep in mind, if you ever send us an email, any information, anything back to us, back and forth, any communications, we can use that against you. We can sit there and go, look, here's an email of him talking back and forth. We can go to your credit card institution. You file a chargeback to a credit card institution, we get lawyers involved in that. Because now it becomes serious. You're working with the bank, which means we start following fraud charges against you. If you say that you never placed the order and you commit fraud, we'll file fraud charges against you. We'll see you in court. That's what will happen at the end of the day. You committed fraud against their company. So that's a very serious charge. So that's why I said, don't do dumb stuff. Don't do dumb stuff. Don't listen to people who do dumb stuff. Don't follow. There are people giving you false information. Do not follow them, because at the end of the day, 2 things are going to happen. Either you're going to get your account that you have either banned or basically suspended, or you're going to end up in court. That's what's going to happen. And we have your information. We can basically send an attorney to your front door, whatever we need to do, because you purchased from us. So don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. And there's this individual who did what he did. He went in and he filed a not, and it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And you can agree with me on this one or not. I don't care at the end of the day. He filed he filed a complaint that he never purchased the item. That's what he filed. Mind you, the date of the order was in 2020. 2020. Now they look at the timeline too. 2020, you're just now filing a complaint that you're saying that you never received the item. That sounds fishy for anybody. And then he goes in after PayPal dismisses his claim again. He files another complaint and saying that not as subscribed. So how can something be not as subscribed if you never paid for it to begin with? See what I mean? That's why people don't think when they do stuff. And because two of the complaints came across and the account was back, the order was made in 2020, we went in and we requested through PayPal to escalate, and then PayPal went escalate and looked at it and said, we can't follow this. On our end, he said, well, this is what we want. We want to request an investigation on the account. And that's what they did. They filed the investigation on the account, which means now his account is in suspension for right now. He can't use it at all, period. Any money he has on his account is locked. He can't get access to it until they finish their investigation. And then after that, if they figure out that the account is at fault, we can request for the account to be terminated due to the fact that the account is considered to be fraud. There you go. That's what happens. That's what really happens in the real world, not the dumb stuff that he's telling you. But on his account, now, like I said, on his account, he has it set up where you can't get anything back. You're not even getting an equal exchange. If he mixes that stuff wrong and it comes up lumped up, or like I said, the incident we went through where we ordered the Metallica Mix 2.0, and I have a video saying in the video, you sent us the wrong stuff. This is not what we requested. He sends you the wrong product. Then if you open it up and you use it, which we did, we opened up and used it, you can't get your item back. You can't even get an equal exchange back. With us, if you open it up and something shows or something that looks wrong or discoloration, or we send you the wrong screen by accident, I've done it before, I've sent someone the wrong screen by accident, or maybe we sent them the wrong paint by accident, and you take a picture, you send everything to us, and we can see the evidence, say, okay, yeah, we're in the wrong, we made that mistake, my bad. We will send you out another one, no problem. Free shipping, the whole 9 yards, boom, send it to you. Hold on a minute. Hey! What are you doing? Give me a minute. See if these are okay. What are you doing? Uh-oh. Strangest animal on the face of a cat is broken. Honestly, my cat's broken. Weird animal. I honestly believe my cat's broken. My cat does some weird stuff, man. Some weird stuff. There's nothing in the house for him to kill himself on. Good thing for the balcony, we keep that shut. But anyway, let's get back to this. So, as I said before, you should have an equal exchange. Because like I said, me rushing orders, getting them out the door, getting video demonstrations done. I've actually put a box with the wrong screen in the wrong box by accident. Customer contact me and say, look, ordered 120 inch, it's 100 inch. Open the screen, let me see. I can tell by the screen, if you lay it down, I've painted, coated enough of these things to know exactly what size screen I sent you. Lay it down, let me see the screen. Take the pictures, send it back to me. I go, oh shoot, we sent the wrong one over there. So go back and say, no problem. Your shipping information, send it over to me. We'll have a tracking number to the end of the day. We'll send it over to you, get you another one, you're good to go. So you should have that on there. The fact you don't have that on your page is not good, because your customers need to see that. Even if you offer that, your customers need to see that you give equal exchange on your product. You have a no return on anything. That's what you need to have that there. You're missing so much information on your page, it's not even funny. You need to have more than this. See, way more than this on the page that you're looking at. You should be seeing more than that. But like I said, then again, in the day, it's your dime. This is what we have on our page. All this information on here, you're supposed to have this on here. And in our page, under returns, and I wouldn't be surprised if he puts it on there later on, because at the end of the day, you are learning from me. I am teaching you. I'll go over here. My return policy says returns are only eligible for equal exchange. Right there on the page. You don't have act of God, which means somewhere along the line of shipping, if a tornado or a hurricane or God forbid, something like that, or maybe flooding. We had flooding down there, crazy flooding that went through. Main highways over here were knocked out, which means we couldn't ship out. Drivers couldn't get down to pick up stuff. Things went a little crazy. Snowstorms, all kinds of blizzards, anything that could pop up. You don't even have down there protecting yourself, saying that I'm not responsible for an act of God. Because you don't have it down there, you are responsible for an act of God now. If something pops up like something and so and so, and you go, hey, I can't do anything about the storm, doesn't say it on your website, they will go by what's on your website. So I'm giving you a little information here to try to help you out. It's interesting. This is the same person who's trying to destroy my company, but yet I'm giving him information on trying to help him out. Like I said, full glass. Some people come through life with a full glass. You can't put no more in. They can't learn anything because they always come full glass. So you don't have that down there. You should have God or holiday when your package is in transit. If you don't know how to spell that correctly, not to disrespect in any way, go to Google, get a spelling checker. Sometimes my spelling doesn't come out too right. I go to a Google spelling checker, or you can get a program for that to help you that. Or if you know somebody who has insanely good grammar, you can have this go through your page. I actually had a friend by the name of Brian. His grammar was freaking insane. Insane. This guy would go to my page, like, sit down. He loved it. I really do. Like, he loved to do this stuff. He wasn't one of those buttholes that would correct you by you saying something. He was never that kind of person. He wasn't. He was not that kind. You know people like that. I hate people. I'm starting to say I hate people like that. I don't like people like that. They get on my nerves. You may have a certain way of saying it. They want to correct you on how you say it. He was never that kind of person. But, every once in a while, he'd be like, hey, if you're writing something or something, and people would ask him, yo, Brian, can you read through this real quick? I'm like, yeah, so. And he would never lecture nothing. He would go through it real quick. Oh, here you go. That was it. He got a thing. He liked that. He was a stickler for that kind of stuff. But he was a cool dude. I used to give him like $50 to go through my page. Like, look, dude, he was about 16 years old. Here's $50 to go through my page real quick. See if you find anything in there, so. This is paying to go through my page, and he'd go through it once in a while. But anyway, if you don't have someone like that, you can just go in and get programs and stuff like that for that go together. You should have a buyer's remorse and early cancellation policy should be on your page, which means if a company comes in and they buy like 50 gallons from you and they decide at the last minute while you're processing the 50 gallons that they want to cancel, you can't do that. That protects you. On top of that, it protects you the fact that, you're spending money on time, you're spending money on resources and all that stuff. And at the last minute, somebody cancels on you. No. You should have that to begin with. Early cancellations. I've gone through early cancellations with other policies on other companies, and they have it on there. You have to abide by those rules. If you don't want to, keep in mind, you don't have to click the shopping cart. When people come in and they complain, you don't have to click the shopping carts right there. You have the option. See that giant please read over top of my shopping cart? You can't miss that with a 10-foot pole. You have the option not to buy. Just like the fellow came in and brought and purchased the stuff with the projector, and we said we don't support these. In every demonstration, I say the same thing. When we develop something new, do not use this with knockoff projectors. All right, so all this is supposed to be in here, knockoff projector policies, stuff like that, fake or knockoff projectors, non-name brand projectors policy. Our screen paints does not work or support fake or knockoff projectors, non-name brands due to the fact that incorrect or falsified projector specifications. We are not responsible if you choose to purchase our screen paints when buying or owning a fake or knockoff projector or non-name brand projector. We strongly advise you, all this information's got to be in there, advise you that you do not buy fake Well, no, so we do not buy fake projectors. We do not support them at any level, and they are not compatible with our screen paints. Crystal clear, it's night and day. And the specifications of projectors we have at the bottom that you can read through yourself. And mine, as I said before, PayPal will go through your website, and they will go through your website to see if you put the information there for your customers to read through. Right there. It says all the projectors we support: Sony, ViewSonic, NEC, Acer, Dell, Infocus, Panasonic, Christie, my favorite. I love Christie to death. Digital, we have digital. We have Epson, BenQ, Hitachi, which I butchered the crap out of their names, because Casio, Optima, Ronco, Barcode. This is another one I'm definitely going to butcher. Vicky, Veckin, whatever. I've seen these a few times. I've actually owned a couple of those. JVCs, Brookstone, Sharp, Phillips, and those are the ultra short throws, and long throws. Longest they're in the category of these particular projectors right here, we support them. You put anything in there that's outside the guideline, it doesn't. We don't support it. It's right there. Can't miss it. All that information that you need is right there, right over top of the shopping cart. So before you go click, go look down. See, please read. Read through it so you are fully aware of what's going on. By making this transaction, you are fully aware and knowledgeable of the policy that you have just read, and fully knowledgeable of our company's policies and conditions before placing the order. Right there. Over here on this side, all the information you will need on the on the technology. Black levels, 90-degree viewing angles, the colors, with its weatherproof, really ultra short throw compatible, projector's resolution, which of different projectors you can use it on, a lumen count at 1500 lumens, inside, outside 2500. Note, do not use in direct sunlight. You should have this on your page, just in case if a customer just goes, I wonder if I can use this at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. People do stuff like that. They will schedule all kinds of stuff at 12 o'clock in the afternoon thinking your product's going to pull up. You have to have that information there. We know for a fact that our product pulls up best used between 7 and 8. If you're using between different daylight hours, like you're saving times, it's a little, like if the winter time kicks in, it's a little like 6 to 7. But if you're doing it in the summertime, it's more like 7 to 8. You have that information there. What kind of lumens can you be using? Can you use outside? Can you get away with? Can you get with 1,000 lumens? Can you get with 1,500 lumens? Does it work with ultra short throw projectors when you're outside? You have the demonstrations on that. You don't have any demonstrations on that. The biggest screens, what's the biggest screen you can display on? Now, the reason why big screens are very important to display on, because when a projector's being displayed on a bigger screen, I mean, the projector has to be pushed back even farther, which means not only are you testing the projector's ability to be able to throw the distance, but also you're testing on exactly how much stress that projector is going to take when it comes to the pixels. Mind you, pixels are going to expand when they hit a screen. The bigger the screen is, the bigger the pixels are going to expand. If you're using 600 by 800 res, then your projector is going to be going through more stress because there's less pixels there to expand, and maybe the picture quality may become distorted in the process. So this is all the stuff that you're testing and stuff you have to do. So when we do screens at 180 inches, it shows that not only can we pull off a screen at 100 inches, but we could do it in the middle of the day, and we could do it on a 190-degree viewing angle. That you have to be able to prove. Doing a little tiny cookie cutter screen outside is not going to cut it, especially when it comes to venues. As I said before, venues are in a class of their own. You can't treat a venue as the same way you can treat a home theater projector. Venue projectors are designed to be used in aggressive environments, which means environments that are going to have 10 times more light than the average home, commercialized property, commercialized use. That's what they're going to be used for. They're going to be used on a much larger scale. Venue projectors are going to be used on, when I use those projectors outside or inside for displays, you're going to find them on displays of 150, 160, 200, 600-inch screens, even anywhere up to movie screens are venue projectors. So that's where you're going to use them. And they're going to be used in aggressive environments. If your product can't pull a contrast level and a color on these particular projectors, it's no use for the projector at all. Keep in mind, like I said, if you sit there and tells you that, off topic, if you sit there and tells you, and this is something you posted on your page, you post on your page, your product works with venue projectors. You should have never posted that on there because you don't have any demonstrations of a screen over 150 inches. Because they're going to ask you, have you used this? How your paint has been used on a screen of 150 and up on it. You're going to have to be to display that. Anytime a company comes in and says, hey, look, we're going to be using this for a big church venue outside. Our screen's going to be 150, 170. Do you have any demonstrations of your product? Boom, I go to that 180-inch demonstration. 21 feet back on a venue projector using a Sony VPO FH36 at 4,300 lumens, knowing that in their demonstrations, they're probably using a projector of 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. They're using something insane out there because they're probably hitting a white screen. And if they're hitting a white screen, they're pretty much, the image is probably fading out so bad it's probably disgusting. So they're probably using 7 or maybe 8 or maybe 10 or 20,000 lumens up from the door. But the fact that I can come in and say, look, I'm 21 feet back at 180 inches, and I'm showing you a Star Wars display at 6:57 in the afternoon, where they would have to wait somewhere around maybe 8 to 9 in order to try to pull that image off, and still wouldn't come out the way they wanted to come out. I can show that. I have a video backing me doing this, showing that we can do this with no problem. On the other hand, you don't have any displays like that, which means you're going to have at least 150 and up. And most likely, you should have an 80-inch screen. 180-inch screen you should have been had by now. I've done 200 inches. You should at least have an 80-inch screen displaying on that venue projector outside at around 6 o'clock, around 7 o'clock at least. And you should be displaying contrast levels only, due to the fact that it is just known that gray screens cannot produce contrast levels correctly. That is the number one thing you should be displaying. The fact you're not showing this, and if someone buys your product, they take it down to a well-lit commercial environment, they pull that projector back 60 feet in a fully lit environment with stage lighting, and they try to pull up anything with any form of contrast, your screen's going to wash out. It's not going to display. Mind you, you're dealing with a professional. These are professional people you're dealing with when it comes to venue projectors. That person can look at that screen. He can tell if that screen's gray or black. They can tell. You know why? Because they deal with companies like Goose Screen. There's other companies out there they deal with that develop gray screens, but especially Goose Screen. Goose Screen does not make a black screen paint, but they're well known. And I've had bumped into companies that said, hey, look, we tried to do like an intergalactic outer space dome, and we sprayed it with Goose Screen. No disrespect to Goose Screen. And when we hit it, it comes up gray. It doesn't come up quite black. They're going to be to see that. So yeah, you should be doing a lot more tests on venue projectors before you even post that on your page at all. Just because the image comes up doesn't mean the performance is going to be good. I can take a white screen and I can hit it with a 7,000 lumen projector. The image is going to pop up, but I'm not going to be able to pick up contrast or color. Unlike your product too, it's the same way. You're going to have to show that contrast level. And the only way you can do that, you're going to have a black screen to do it. And that means you're going to have to basically either start developing or try to make a black screen to keep up with the technology behind venue projectors. You're going to have to. And that would make you a complete hypocrite to your customers because you don't support black technology. That's what they tell about, be careful about cutting off your nose in spite of your face. You ever heard that term before? That's what that's for. And then keep in mind, the other term is never go through life full glass. You know, I deny gray screens because I was developing gray screens way back in the day. I still have gray screens. The Super Phoenix that we developed, it's an amazing screen paint. When we developed it, we did demonstrations on contrast levels only on that screen to show you that the difference. You can see up front what you were buying, but we put that next to one of our black screens. I'm actually going to murder that screen with no problem. Would we take a Super Phoenix outside? Oh, heck no. I sat this on camera. I would never take one of them things outside. No, that's an indoor screen only. We'd never take that thing outside. We can use that screen in a fully lit environment, of course, with no problem. I have two Super Phoenixes in my house right now. We got them painted on a mirror. I can take a projector of 200 lumens at 6 feet back, and I can produce an image in a fully lit environment on a Super Phoenix that's painted in my theater room right now. I actually did the demonstration already. But would I take it outside? No. Would I use it for gaming? No, not really, no. It's pretty much a paint we developed to try to make something for everybody. Unfortunately, you won't find the Super Phoenix on the website anymore due to the fact that like I told you, things are going to be removed from the website due to the contract we have with the company. The displays that they're putting up, any paint they put in that display will be removed off the website because those will be used for basically advertising for our company, for a big industry to come in and check out and look at our screens on a massive display platform. So if they say, hey, we want this, we want that, these are orders we're going to be getting in the process pretty soon. Hopefully, I'll be set up by then because a company comes in, they're going to have a minimum of 80 gallons. It could be a minimum of 100 gallons. So that's a lot of paint. 100 gallons is a lot of paint. Let's put it this way. One of the contracts I had was to do a movie screen. A movie screen is around, let me see, the movie screens were 500 inches. So it's like 400 square feet per gallon. You're talking about at that size, you're talking about an easy $250,000 easily. That's off one screen. They had 6 of them in that establishment. 6 of them in there. Do you have any idea how much paint that is? It's a lot of freaking paint to be the manufacturer. So that's when I tell you about the contracts we have are big, they're big contracts. Some of those contracts are going to be going to painting black movie screens, drive-throughs. So that's what that runs about. But in the process, it's a lot of paint to process. That's why I'm looking at machinery to do with the work. But anyway, let's get back to this anyway. Yeah, you need to have all this. When you're reading anything through it, if you go to Goose Screen, like if I go to Goose Screen's website right now, Goose Screen, let's go pop over to Goose Screen. Very well detailed page too. This is Goose Screen right here. Well, you think my paint's expensive, right? Don't you ever say my product's expensive. Do you see this right here? That's a gallon. Is that a gallon? I think that's a gallon. Yeah, that's a gallon. That's the company that we requested sample sheets from and never got them. Paint on Screens. Paint on Screens, if you're watching this demonstration, just to let you know, we never got our samples from you, but I will be contacting you today to reinsure that we get those samples. And if we can't get those samples from the dealership, we'll go directly to your company and request them because we have not seen any samples at all. I'm not going to bother with the other one because we already know where that's going. All right, so let's pop into Goose Screen's website right here. This is Goose Screen's page right here. I like their page too, very nice. All the information I got there too. But I know that all the information they had. This is all the information you're supposed to have on your products from the door. That's why I said that the page he has is a dummy page because there's no information on it at all, period. If I'm basically going to be buying a screen, I need more information that's on there. They got everything on here. They got everything. They got this summary. They got basically on how many coats and all that stuff like that on here. Everything's on here. Different forms of the products. Look at all the information they have under one product. So if I were to click on, let's see. Different shades that they have. Now, if you do have this, I will be contacting you soon. If you have what I think you have. I've never seen this here before. I'm about to make a call. I'm going to call them today. You have a black screen paint we will be buying today. We'll have it right down here. I need something to test against that Black Phoenix and that Black Phantom. We need something to test against that. If you have a black screen, yeah, you just sparked my interest just right now. I'm going to be contacting you today. Save you for my file for me to contact you today. Now, chances are they're probably, I doubt it's a black screen. It's probably border paint. If anything, it's probably border paint. What I'm looking at here is probably border. But why would you need a freaking a screen chart for border paint? And let me see what they got here. We got Ultra Max, that's gray. I know that's gray. These are all gray. Right there. Yeah, these are all gray. None of these are black. You ever installed Goose Screen before? I hope it's a lot different than what it was when I put one in. Because man, it is something else. It's a process. But I'm hoping I'm hoping they changed the process. So this is the white right here. And look at all the information they have on here. Moderate ambient light. So this is best used with modern ambient light. See how light that is? Modern, which means it's an ambient controlled environment. We talk modern ambient light. Used with projectors of 2,500 lumens, right there. That's the range of that. There are rules and specifications, 2,500 lumens per square foot in the area. We don't even use that. We just basically turn the projector on and bam, it's go time. This right here. So all the specifications they have right here. This one right here is suited for high ambient light. High ambient light, dark gray. This is dark gray. So they have suitable for high ambient light. Right there, medium gray, white and gray. See all the information they have there? This is what you're supposed to have. And up here they got their wholesale list for wholesale comfort, wholesale, and stuff like that, blah. Nice categories. Screen and fill production. right there. AR silver right there. AR silver technology right there is good. Slap. Ooh, wait a minute. What's this right here? Sample pack. Slap on screen sample pack. Oh, we're buying. We're buying this. This is coming down here today. We're buying. Goose screen. We don't have you yet. Let me see. What do you have? Do you have anything dark in here we can use? I don't know about that. We can't use none of these. That's not going to work. Not against that technology. This, on the other hand, which is not going to pass our screens, but it's worth the try. It's not going to pass. It's dark, but it's not black. Not like that screen we got downstairs. And speaking of that, we got a formula downstairs that's actually darker than the Phantom. It's the Phantom's upgrade, so we're going to make the Phantom darker than what it is. We need that right there. I'm going to come back and buy that. I wonder. This is what I do online. I go on there and try to figure out exactly how many companies are doing black screens. That's pretty dark. That looks a lot like daylight screen right there. It's dark, but it's not that. It's not dark right there. 4x8 sample. You got anything darker than this? Anything darker than this? Anything darker than this? That's basically about it. $3. That's all they want. Okay, problem. I'll put an order in for that today. Let me see if they got any black paints in here. We got rear projection. Ultra black reflective black paint. Oh mama, I got a grin on my face. I got a grin on my face. We are buying this today. Bam, bam, bam. Yes! Finally! Somebody's got a black screen that I can get my hands on. I can finally get some testing done. But I'm telling you, I get bored of this job from time to time. I really do, but this is an ultra black. Excuse me for a minute, people. I'm buying this right now. I gotta have this. I gotta test this out, man. This is the card right now. Oh, make sure this is what it is. It's not border paint, because I've worn that on before. Ultra black goose green. All right, so this is what it is. It is what it is. And make sure, let me blow this up a little bit so we can make sure. We're gonna come here and check so you guys can see this. I want to make sure it is what it is, because I don't want to get this here and say, oh, it's border paint. Border paint. Why am I buying border paint? It says screen. Can we magnify this or anything? It says screen. It says ultra black screen glue. Screen glue. So is it a paint? I wonder if there's any videos on this on YouTube before we go make this purchase, because I don't want to pay this money out and the thing is not what it is. Let me see what we got going on here. It says ultra black by Goose Green. See if anybody here has a video of the thing in actual play. Oh, come on, I'll copy that. Ultra black. It should be here somewhere. Now, this is the other company right here. We can't seem to get samples from none of those. They don't want to. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. What's this right here? It's acrylic. We've done it already. Black rear projection screens. They've been there, done it already. I'm not seeing anything here, to tell you the truth, honestly, at all. So I don't know why they don't have a video of it. You would think they would have a video of it somewhere. I am putting down the right thing. It says ultra black, right? Ultra black, right? Goose green, right? Let's see right there. Let's see. Non-reflective car absorbs lights, specifications. Right there. It's a phone number being called. It's not saying it's a border. It's just an ultra black is a complete non-reflective high carbon content paint and does that's right job of absorbing any light. From the projector. So it's not a border paint, it's actually a real actual paint. Let's see. How's the price change from here? Oh, good morning, people. Good morning. Choose. So this is all we want right here. We just need one. That's all we need. Okay, but I'm not seeing any videos. How come we don't need videos on this? Oh, AAA. It's a goose ring, right? You should have something on it, some videos on it. Goose ring paints. Let's put it this way. Let's just word it differently. Maybe we didn't word it right. Let's put up goose ring screen. Goose ring paint. Right there. Black screen positive. It should have been the first thing that popped up. I don't see any videos on it. Why would you have a product and there's no freaking videos of it? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay, whatever. Don't care. I just find it strange that you just can't see. Now, see right here, their products will pop up here, but where's the actual product of the black screen? Where is it? Is there any videos of it? Anything? All right, maybe we can go do it this way. Let's go see if we can find anything on Google that may have pictures of it. Maybe we can find pictures of it. When I can't find videos of it, that's not a good sign. That's the first thing that tells me that product is going to have some problems over here, because there's no videos of it at all, period. You should at least have some videos of it somewhere. All right, so let's go here and see if we can dig up some pictures on it. Somebody has pictures on it somewhere. This is how we research people. Because it's not a screen paint. See, it's a border paint. I knew it was a border paint. I'm looking like, wait a minute. How is this? There's no videos of it. Something you can find pictures on Goose Ring just about everywhere. They don't hide their videos. This is a border paint. Why would you have a graph on what colors you would have a border paint? Border's gonna be black either way. You're not gonna put a gray border up there. You're gonna put a border up there, black border. So how come here, if we're looking at it at the bottom, did I read this wrong? Are we all looking at the same thing I just read right here? Do you see anything in here that says border paint? Absorbs, overlapping. Oh, okay, I got it. Absorb, overlapping. Yeah, okay, my fault, my bad, Goose Ring. Overlapping. So if the image were to overlap and basically expand out, it would be able to absorb it, keeping the image nice and sharp. I keep forgetting. I don't really deal with borders. I like border. All my screens are borderless. I love borderless screens. I think the only thing we have in the house that has a border is this one over here and the one outside. But the majority of my screens are borderless. I'm not used to using borderless screens. So yeah, it's a borderless paint. All right, they don't have a black paint at all, period. They just have the silver, and that's basically about it. But they don't have, that's all they have. Well, whatever. That ain't gonna happen now. What the frick am I gonna do with a border paint? It's not gonna do exactly, and it wouldn't be a fair demonstration if I use a border paint. It's not gonna come out correctly. Whatever. All right, let's get back. I was getting all excited. I was like, finally. So that mean when I talk about trying to find a black screen in order to go toe to toe with it, and we can't find one, an actual black screen. And don't say hobby paints. I've seen the demonstrations under hobby paints. The demonstrations are sad and depressing. They are, because I look at all the flaws they do in the demonstration. They cut so many corners. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how many corners they cut. Show me one demonstration. I want a 180-inch screen demonstration. That's what I want. Build it. 180-inch screen demonstration. I want to see it. But right here, I can see it. No, it's not there at all, period. At all. All right, let's go back to where we're at. In this thing right here. So now, bottom line is he can't ban people from the page. If you ever get a message from him telling he can ban you from his website, that's bullcrap. He can't do that. It's virtually impossible. If he bans you from the page, he has to ban everybody from the page to do that, because he'll have to put in a system that will basically lock out everybody out of the page. This is what it looks like right here. I'm showing you in editing mode what it looks like on Wix. When you basically put that option in, You have the option to make it members only. You have the option to make it permission holders, or you can make it everyone. If you make it basically by members only, but like I said, it's like the scenario I was trying to tell you about Walmart. You have 50 people going, like to break it down a little more. You have 20 people going to Walmart, right? Only one person can get access to it because only one person has one or two of these things to get access to it. So that's the dumbest thing you could ever do, because now you have lost 49 customers by doing this. So that would be a dumb thing for him to do altogether. There's no other way you can ban somebody or block anybody from your page. Now you can deny an order, that you can do, like the cancellations we have over there, the stack of cancellations we have over there. You can deny order. Somebody comes in, I say, hey, look, you've been banned from my site. Means that when your order pops up, we put you on a ban list. We know who you are. Your address, all your information is on this blacklist, and that blacklist says anybody who comes up who matches that description doesn't get. We send their money back to their account. You can't buy from us. You're banned. Or we can put a block on your email we can go through PayPal and put a block on your email where you can't basically make any purchases at all. So there's several ways you can go about it, but you have to have a business account. You can't do it through a personal account. You get certain perks on a business account you wouldn't get basically on a personal account. That's another thing too. You may, when you set your account up, you're going to be doing business and all, you may want to set up a business account through PayPal. You do know that if you've been with PayPal if you had your company with PayPal, I think it's 3 or 4 years or something like that, you can apply for loans on your account. Did you know that through PayPal? You can get loans anywhere up from $5,000 all the way up to $50,000 to $100,000 to $500,000. You can get loans from them. And loans are pretty cool because with the loans with them, instead of you paying back like a certain percentage, you got a choice on how you can basically how you want to make your loans. You can make it at 10%, 20%, 30%. I think is the highest they can take out of you. For all your sales that you make, they take a certain amount of money out of you from there. And like I said, what you have to pay up, I think you have to pay something like, with my loans usually, the most I would have to pay is like $700-800 every 3 months. Pay that up in no time at all. Like I blow like a loan out in no time at all. But it's just basically, if I need something real quick, real fast, I'll apply for a loan, get approved for it, and then I'll go in and give them 30% and then knock the loan out in no time at all. But they give you plenty enough time, breathing room. They give you 3 months. So you got 90 days to pay up $700 or $500 or whatever it may be to pay your loan back. You can also get an established line of credit. You can get an established line of credit for up to like $5,000. Allow you to make purchases on eBay, to be able to buy equipment here and there. They have that too on there. There's a whole lot of perks that you can get from them, from basically building a good standing account with PayPal. And keep in mind, the machine, not a human being, the machine will go through your account and see if how much money your account's been making, in order for it to judge on how much you get from your loan. So yeah, all that goes in there, how many sales you make, all that stuff like that. So our basic credit has started jumping with them because, like I said, now we have a company contract. Instead of me doing like blah, 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 blah every week, because of the contracts, where we can make anywhere from 30, 40 grand here and there a month. And that will boost my right to the roof. So if I want to go and get a loan for blah, 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 they can say, hey, you can get this because we can show that your account is making so and so and so. That's what the contracts are fantastic for also too. And it basically boosts us up exactly how much we can borrow from them. But I never borrow what I don't need. But as for this right here, bull crap. If he ever tells you and you get in an argument with this guy and he goes, I'm going to ban you from the account. Can't do it. Sorry. If he bans you from the account, it's going to ban everybody. And that means he's going to give anybody who wants access to his page. Say you're going to buy something for his page and you see a password pop up. Or you need a password to get access to this page. You're going to have to email him and say, look, I want to need email to get access to the page. And say if he doesn't answer you back right away or whatever, it's going to be a bit of a headache. And he's not going to do that altogether. That's a bunch of bull. As for his page on having information on it, he should have a lot more information than that doodah stuff that's on there. I mean, that's like Mickey Mouse scratch he got on there. As you seen anybody else's page I pull up, there's a ton of information on their page. And you pull up his page and it's basically this. This is all you're getting to read. There's so much information missing from this. So what happens if you use this with a foam roller, right? And your screen gets streaked? Because I don't like foam rollers. Foam rollers were not designed for paint. They were designed for stain. They're real thin products they're designed for. But say you paint it with a foam roller. Maybe you might paint it with a roller shorter than 9 inches, which would be another bad idea. You don't want to do that either. Because again, you still run the risk of streaking the daylights out of your screen. You put more streak marks on your screen if the rollers are shorter. There's a whole lot of stuff you should have in there. The drying time. What's your drying time on your screen? If you paint this on a motorized projection, there's a whole lot of stuff you should be asking, and it's not on his page at all, period. He doesn't have, it shows he doesn't support 720p projectors at all, which is a bad idea because a lot of companies, a lot of people still do use 720p projectors. As a matter of fact, if 720p projectors were considered to be obsolete, companies wouldn't still be making them. And you could buy a new projector today that still would be 720p. And he doesn't support 720p projectors right there. So you kind of alienate yourself on that particular market right there because, as I said before, maybe your screen paints don't look good on 720p. Maybe they need a 1080p or 4K projector to get that picture quality. That's another reason why, too, on top of that, we don't use high-powered projectors. As somebody asked me, how can I use a high-powered projector? So if I start off with a $60,000 Chrissy projector, right, in my demonstrations, and I go back, here's the screen, and here's the projector, and the price of my projector is 60 grand. How many people are going to relate to that one? Not a lot. Not a lot. And at the end of the day, when you think about it, you got to start thinking that it's a $60,000 projector. Which one's doing the work? Is it the screen or it's the projector? There you go. But I use this projector here on the floor that cost me $59, or that projector over there that cost me $100 in the demonstration, and we get this gorgeous image that pops up. I can go back and say, hey, look, that projector behind there cost me $59. You can get on eBay right now for 140 bucks. You can relate to that. So that's why we start off with the low end. And besides, if you can get a projector like that to look good on a screen, anything will look good on a screen after that. But people can relate to that. Anyone can relate to any projector I have in my house right now. But if you're using a projector like a P2, a projector of that caliber, that cost, you have to understand when you're watching that demonstration, especially if the projector is calibrated, if you don't have a P2 or equal or higher, you're not going to be able to get the same image. There is no way in the world, on God's green planet, here or any universe on the face of the planet, that anybody on Projector Central or AVS Forums is going to sit there and tell you, oh yeah, you can calibrate a 720p to look like a, no, it ain't going to happen. There's no way in the world you're going to be to calibrate your projector to get the exact same image that you're going to be to pull off that particular projector. It's not going to happen. You have to have something that's either equal or over it. That's like when Black Diamond was showing up that coffee table. $50,000 coffee table projector, mind you, 10,000 lumens at less than a foot away from a screen. Do you think in that demonstration, which one was doing all the work? Now, guarantee if you buy that screen, you go home and you got yourself a $3,000 1080p projector, you think it's going to look the same way it does in the demonstration? Nah, not even close. That's why we don't use high-end projectors. All right. I need to go look at something here. We're off of this right here altogether. So yeah, the stuff he has on here, you should have more information than this, a lot more information than this on the page. Remind you, like I said, at the end of the day, it's your dime. It's not mine. And it's not my customer's dime. But at the end of the day, you should have more information than this. There's no information in this at all. I mean, Personal Mix is great for movies and gaming. It's personal. It's perfect. It's for gaming. Why did you use abbreviation there for N? I don't know why that's right there. For gaming, and you started off with, never mind. Gaming is perfect for those light-controlled environments. Light-controlled environments, I doubt that. I really do doubt that from the demo. And you're saying light-controlled environments, but yet all your pictures are shown in the dark. So if I'm a consumer and I'm buying on this page, I don't know who you are, and I'm thinking you're saying light-controlled environments. I'm going to look at your pictures and go, oh, where's the light-controlled environments? This is your video right now. You're displaying on your page. That environment's in the dark. You're saying light-controlled. Where's light-controlled? Or light-controlled environment. That's in the dark. Oh shit, that reminds me too. I was supposed to do something real quick. Give me a minute. I got to go into my page real quick. I got to add some videos to my website real quick. I literally forgot to do this. Let's go over here. I need these for outside displays for and you get a chance to see how you can add videos to your Wix account, which is really easy to do. Which was the video we did outside. Here we go. They're right there. The outside one we did. I want to put this up on my page. And you're doing videos in the dark, and I'm about to post this to my page right now. This is how you're supposed to have your setup. This is only much bigger than that. Once you get the grass cut down, I'm gonna put my 250. I got a 250 in the whatchamacallit. I haven't had a chance to display, but we need to put this up here. I'll show you how to do it. If you want to add videos to your Wix account, very easy. I'll show you how to do that real quick in this video. All right, so basically you go to your website here. We're gonna come out of here all together, and I just need to go to my home page, our home page in the front. So it's your home page right here. You scroll down, very simple to do. Scroll down at the bottom. See what main video we got here. So we're going to take this video right here all together. All you have to do is click on the page. You'll see an option will pop up. It'll say change video. Very easy to do. There's your video player. Let me delete the whole video altogether. And better put it in by scratch. I can show you how to do it. All right, so we're going to just delete the whole video. All right, we're going to take the whole video out right there. Right? Whole video is gone. All right, so this is how you do it. Go over here, and I'm going to show Crow how to do this. If you don't have video, you don't have any videos loaded on your page, except for that one. You go over here where it says add. Now, an add is selection down here. You can pick whatever you want, music, whatever. We're going to go into videos right here. Right there, you see where it says YouTube, click on that one because that's what we want. It'll pop over here, take your, expand it where you want to go. You see the line that comes, that purple line? That purple line will show you where it's in the center of your screen. So that way you don't have to worry about having your videos off to the left or to the right too much. That line will direct you where you need to go. Now you can expand your video by just taking this from the side and just make it larger from here to here. And from here to here. Now, see, you're supposed to have, see this bar right here? He needs to have this bar right here. This actually shows you can get your video somewhere, but I used to professional. So bring it from here to here, like that. And then we go back to the line. Make sure we got in the center. Again. Good, right from there to there. Right there. All right, perfect. So we're even. See, on both sides, you're even. On this side and this side. Now you go and you go change your video right to here. Which I got to do, add new videos in because I got to upgrade all my videos from here. And you take this and you just scroll down. And you can select what video you want, what you want to do, how you want to do it, where you want to get your video from. If you got it on Twitch or on Facebook, you can select it from there. But you just scroll down slowly. Now you'll see right there. Just hit that and take that out. Now you just add in your URL. You just add in the URL right there. Boom. That's it. And that's it. Then you go up the top. When that's done, you hit your save. And then you go and you hit your publish. And just live. It goes live after that. You're published, you're done. And you can connect it to your cell phone you want. This is a cell phone option. So you go to the top, you got a icon for your computer and your cell phone, which I need to upgrade the cell phone app on here badly because it needs work. So you put it right there. But I don't want this video right here, the video I want on this one, which you also change your background. I want the other one. So we're going to come out of this one right here. There, where video is in. Just saw the videos in. So we're going to come out of here because that's not the one I want. I want this one right here with the birds on it. I'll copy this from here. From there. That's the one I want. That's the one I did with the birds. That's more colorful one. So that's what I want in there. So we'll go back over into the page again and just go over to click again. And you want to change out your video. Maybe you don't want that video in there no more. You want to put something else in there. You scroll down, hit the video, get that to disappear. Put another one in there. Paste that in there. That's the new video. Then go in and click on that. Let's get this over here. Save. Publish. You're done. That's it. Then when you go into preview mode, you get a chance to see what it looks like, how everybody else sees it. So now we're going into preview mode. So there's the site in preview mode. What is this for? This is for Black Phoenix, Black Phoenix, Black Phoenix, Black Phoenix. We need to put a video right there. Oh, this is a Black Phoenix. I forgot it's a Black Phoenix. We can take this one right here. I'm going to take this one right here because this is a Black Phoenix. And we're going to put this video over here. Fill in that spot. Copy that. And then go back into here. And then we can go back to editing mode. Go back in editing mode and we'll click on here. Take this out. Scroll down. Move theirs out. Put mine in there right there. All right, that's my new one in there. Go back and save. Done. Publish. Done. I hit this. I had a bad incident. There's a reason why I hit save every single time. There's a reason why. All right, that's done. So that's all finished. We got the new video put in there, and then we got the new video up there outside. These are more impressive, and I'll tell you why these videos are more impressive, because when customers come onto my page, you know, most likely they're getting a projection screen for the inside of their home. If you can show a video like this of your screen being displayed outside in hours like you're seeing right now, this will make people buy. And I'll tell you why, because if you can produce an image out there, you can sure enough produce an image inside the house with no problem. So if I'm telling you that my product is ambient light, we're the best at ambient light projection technology, you have to be able to show a screen outside in a fully lit environment like so. And if I'm telling companies that, hey, we work with venue projectors, you're going to have to display images like this. Not no little screen, no little cookie cutter screen. It has to be if always 150 or bigger. Now, once I get done, you can see the whole size of my deck right here. The screen we're putting in, there's a post that is going to be put here. So I got somebody coming here to dig up the cement. They're going to drop a post here because my screen that I have downstairs is going to cover from here, all the way from here, second post from here, all the way from here. My screen is 250 inches. That's how big the screen is. We literally had to build an extra bracket to come out from the screen from here to here from under my deck. It has to come all the way out to push the screen out. That has to be put into the earth to put this giant screen in there. The screen is big. I literally had to build a frame into the deck to put how big the screen is and extend it for this screen because that's how big it is. 250-inch screen is big. So I just cut my grass. Believe it or not, I used to have a bald spot right here, bald spot. And I hated it because when the rain would come down, it would splash up dirt all over my screen. You know how my grass got this green? Really? No fertilizer. Feeding the animals in the backyard. So me feeding the animals in the backyard since March, when COVID first hit, I fed all these animals in the back, birds, squirrels, whatever was back there. And they went in the backyard and they fertilized my yard. And that's how my yard got that green. My neighbor's like, how the freak did your grass get that green? Because at one point there was a huge bald spot. In my video, it's a huge massive bald spot here and here. And the grass was brown and it was ugly. But me going back there and feeding these animals every single day for months on end, they fertilized the crap out of my backyard, and that's why my backyard is green. I have to go back there and have somebody cut it now, but it is green. Yeah, animals, it's perfect fertilizer. Yep. Went back there and fertilized the crap out of my backyard, and my grass is thick. I can walk back there barefooted and not get stabbed by anything. But yeah, that came from the animal kingdom. Thank you, Animal Kingdom. Oh, shit, right there. You look up 180-inch black screen, we're the only ones who have it. The only one. On YouTube, we're the only ones who have a 180-inch black screen. I've just typed in 180-inch black screen. We're the only ones who have that technology. This is the screen I show off the companies that would ask me about venue projectors. We go, oh no, we got one. 180-inch screen. Here we go. We did this already. And they go, what kind of projector did you use? They're expecting us to say, oh, we had a 4K projector, some new projector. No, we had an old projector we purchased off of eBay for $300, a Sony VPO FA30. And they start laughing like, no, you didn't use that piece of junk. I said, yeah, we did. Outside. There it is right there. You're going to have to display that, Crow. That's what you got to display. If you're going to talk about venue projectors, now see that bald spot right there? I told you. Did I not tell you? See that bald spot right there? You see how green my backyard looks now? My backyard got that way from feeding the wildlife in the neighborhood. I had birds all in my yard. I had squirrels, raccoons, skunks, you name it. They were back there feeding every single day for about 8 months in my backyard. Look at the difference of my yard now. Look at the ground in my yard now. Look at that. Look at that now. Look how that looks. See the bald spots everywhere on the yard, everywhere? That got that way from feeding wildlife in my backyard. And the mud would come up and hit this because there was no grass there. It would come up and splash from the wind and throw dirt all across my screen. And I just come there and just wash it down. But that's how bad my backyard looked. Look how bad that looked. And all that came from just feeding some animals in my backyard. Animals are perfect fertilizer. Perfect fertilizer. But getting back to the video, this is what you're going to have to be to pull up. This is what you got to convince companies. You see how blue that screen is from corner to corner to corner? There's no fading, no washout to it, nothing. This is what, when you talk about venue projectors, you have to be able to show a screen on a massive scale when you're talking about venues. And it has to be done in a well-lit environment because, mind you, these are people going to be using these projectors are bought for the sole purpose of being able to use them in aggressive environments because they're venue projectors. They have higher lumens than the everyday projector. They have all different kinds of perks. If you look at my projector downstairs, I have picture-in-picture on my projector right now. My VPO FA30 can display 2 images side by side in dual mode. It can do things that other projector screens can't do. Actually, projectors can't do. But you're going to have to display that. Not only do they want to see color, but they want to see contrast, which means you're going to have to pull a star field demonstration outside. And your screen can't wash out at 180 inches. Now, the reason why when people cheat, they use a smaller screen, because the smaller the screen, the more compressed the image is going to be in that particular area. On top of that, the less light the screen is going to be hit with. And if I'm using a 50-inch screen for that display, that's not impressive. If I'm using 180 inch is going to be taking in 10 times more light because the screen's bigger, and it's going to have to be, 10 times more light is going to make contact with the screen because of the size of the screen. On top of that, I told you before, when people do demonstrations outside and they're faking them, they will stick to high, bright colors only. They will stay clear from contrast levels because the screen will wash out. This is something you're going to have to show no matter what. You're going to have to show the contrast levels. You can't stick to bright colors at all. You're going to have to show them. As we did right. Boom, 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 boom. Here. Watching Star Wars. See that dog fight? See outer space? Black. See how that image comes up? You're going to have to display that, and your screen can't wash out. They don't want to see any tannish or anything around. They don't want to see any of that at all, period. It has to look exactly the same way as it does outside as it does inside. Oh, I can't wait to get my 250 built. This is 180 inch. This is only 180 inch. The 250 is going to be massive. I cannot wait because it's going to cover all of this. You won't see any of that once that 250 is installed in. I got to start working on my frame. I really do. All right, driver's going to be down on Saturday. I got to calculate how much lumber I'm going to need. At least I can get the frame built. At least get the frame built. So I'll calculate exactly how big I have to put that in. Now look at my backyard. Look at the freaking the dirt spots in my backyard. I wasn't feeding animals at this time. Nothing. I was feeding anything in the yard. As a matter of fact, I got to feed them in a few minutes anyway. And I still feed them because now it's a hobby of mine. I feed them every day. I spend $80, I think, a week in freaking bird food. I don't know why it's so expensive, but it is. I have to buy so many different kinds of bird food because squirrels they like raisins every once in a while. I found out they like Oreo cookies, so I put about a few of those in there because I don't want them having sugar. But I heard Oreo cookies or something. I go on a site and I find out how much what they like to eat, and I talk to people on sites, people who feed these animals, and I go out there and I basically buy what I need. I know they love peanuts, they love sunflower seeds, raisins, all that stuff. They love that stuff right there. So I put that stuff out there, and I get stuff for the birds, find out what they like to eat. So I put a little bit of everything out there for everybody. And people said, but you said that at 6 o'clock. Yeah, we did. We started off at 6 o'clock. We started off. Which also, too, when I did this demonstration, Wi-Fi in the backyard was a freaking nightmare. So I was running this off. The PS4 was it offline? I think it was offline. But now with the booster, oh man, I picked up with no problem outside. Here we go, right here. This is where we started off. We started off at 6:57. That's where we started off. But you're going to have to be to do this. Because right now, like I said, if they were having a venue or a party at around 7 o'clock, and you know white screens are not going to pull like that at 7 o'clock, I could do that at 180 inches with no problem. My neighbors were sitting there blown away. Their furniture used to be all the way up here, and then the minute I put the screen, they pulled it all the way back here. That's when the tree used to be there. See how old it was? The tree used to be there. I cut the tree down because that tree was going to fall in and kill somebody eventually. It had to come down. So that's why you shouldn't be going out and putting venue projectors on your website if you haven't really tested a venue projector on that scale. Look at the grass. Look at that ball. The grass was there. Ball's there. We got the other one here. I didn't realize they did that much work in my yard. Man, they did a lot of good job in the yard. I didn't realize my grass was growing in like that. I didn't stare at that much. Look at the grass now. And I came from feeding animals in the yard. No chemicals, so I can't be around chemicals. The chemicals mess me up. I can't be around chemicals. People say the seed grow. The seed grow works to a certain degree. It does. You get little sprouts here and there. That's it. But nah, feeding animal squirrels in your backyard, yeah, that works much better. Much, much better. Number one, it's safe for the environment. Look how thick the grass is. It's safe for the environment. And then on top of that, you know what I mean? You give them something back, you're getting something back. I feed a whole bunch of animals in my backyard. You get a place to eat it every day. And I get beautiful grass. And look how high the grass is growing up. Beautiful. Nice and green. Just from feeding squirrels. And just about everything else in the backyard. Oh, and by the way, Crow, let me show you something real quick. Now, just to show you that we don't have to use bright colors all the time. Go back in here real quick. Oh, that was on the birds. We did that on the birds. Hold on for a minute. Let's go back on the birds real quick. That's on the birds. Birds is a word. Get it on the birds right there. There we go. Because remember you said our screens are so dark they can't pick up images. And is that including the outside too? Because there'd be no way in the world you'd be to see that image the way you popped it up to be. But not only that, I'm going to show you something. We did something that you can't do. We displayed a Starfield demonstration. How about you match this demonstration by the day on a 150-inch screen outside at around, it's probably around a good maybe, for that screen, probably about 18 feet back. So 18 feet back today, I want to see a Starfield demonstration displayed outside on your product using venues. You have to be to display a Starfield. outside today. He's not going to do it. We already know he's not going to do it. You can't do bright colors all the time. Bright colors don't work. You have to be to display contrast. That screen can pull up a Starfield demonstration, a deep dark Starfield demonstration with no problem. Look at the time of the day it is. Same time of the day we used the whatchamacallit. We used the 180 inch. What time do I got here? Oh shoot, I'm at 1:34. I gotta be out of here. I got things to do today. We got orders we still gotta process for our customers. I got a screen I gotta paint outside. I gotta get ready to prep. I'm literally, the 250, I am not coding. This one's different when I coded this one. This one I coded this one inside the house. So I had to fold the screen in half, coat one side of it, let it dry, flip the screen over, coat it again. This is how this one was done. The 250 on the other hand, nah, it ain't gonna be no flipping for that one. I had to basically bracket the screen all the way up, connect it, and go in there with a 590 paint sprayer, and I had to put 2 applications of white paint, as I said before, so the surface doesn't absorb too much, so we don't have basically uneven spots. I'm gonna have to paint the screen in to do that one. There's no way in the world I'm gonna be able. So I got to put plastic, because like I said, I don't want my grass getting messed up. Plastic all the way out to here, all the way out to here. All this is gonna be plastic up right here, and that way we don't have to worry about my grass getting damaged or anything like that. And I'll go in there, let it dry, and then done. When we're done with it, we'll do a video off of it. And I got to bring somebody out to get rid of the stump. So this got to go right here. Even though I feed my jokers on here, that got to go. But over here on the back, I'm going to put in a squirrel sanctuary. I'm actually going to build it. I'm building me a squirrel house sanctuary. It's going to have several houses involved in it. I'm going to cut an area and put a bird pond into it so they can actually drink water, all that cool stuff. And just like that for that section over here. We'll put some cameras over there and hook up to something for networking for my bird watchers. And cut all this out, and then all that firewood. I think I firewood to the back. That's the back of my area. Yeah. Back of my area. This house came with a big backyard. I'll tell you that about the backyard of the house. I don't even use it. Don't even use it. I don't even use the backyard. I'm mostly up here all the time when I go out. I sit up here and I chill. I watch. That's my big screen. That's my 135 up there, and that's my gamer screen on this side right there. I sit here and I chill in this area right here, but I never ever use this at all, period. Driveway, don't even use that. I've had a big driveway and park cars all up and down here. I don't even use that at all. Mind you, if you tell my friend, if you parking down the driveway, make sure you got some torque, because there's a little bit of a hill right there. But yeah, I don't use the whole backyard at all, period. There we go on the side right there. All right. Ugh. I'm done. I gotta finish some work. I got work to do today. So that being said, yeah. Shipping information for my customers. We are going to be shipping out this Saturday. We've been dropping orders all this week, so we've been ordered every time the mailman come out. Like I said, I got a real good mailman. He's been taking 3 or 4 packages from me here, 5 or 6 packages from me here. So at least my load for Saturday is going to be insane. And I'm doing it that way because when the orders come through the company, they usually always order like 24 or 30 gallons of paint right from the door. So I want to make sure it doesn't conflict with my customers. Until things get finalized on what they're doing, right now they are setting up showrooms for my product for their clients to come in and buy. But until that gets done, we're going to be still selling off the website. Once they start making their own website and sales are going through them, you'll have to go through them to make all purchases, including their clients and so forth. So, that'll be going from there. Oh, I forgot today we're doing an inflatable projection screen. Literally forgot that was coming in the mail today. We're doing the inflatable today. Oh, crack, I gotta get out of here. All right, thank you for your time. Gotta go and God bless. Forgot all about that. We got an inflatable screen to do today. Woo-hoo.